How's it going, guys? Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH after show. Let's just get right into it. Morgan Corinthos has finally been released from the clinic. Apparently his therapist Andre thinks it's best if him and his family go through family therapy. I cannot be the only one that wants to see this, right? The Corinthos family, God bless their hearts, is a family full of hypocrites. I mean, this week alone we had Carly ragging on Sabrina about things that she herself has done in her past. You got Sonny calling out Julian for being a big bad mobster when he is himself a big bad mobster. Michael himself hasn't done really much of anything lately at all. But remember when we watched him go after Sonny for killing his actual father for a whole year, and now they just act like nothing happened? A Corinthos family therapy session could be the most hilarious thing that ever happens on the show. Speaking of hilarity, let's talk about the most hilarious story going on right now. The ridiculous sideshow of Nikolas and Ava being kidnapped by a pompous ass with such a snobby pompous accent and an even scarier maid. It turns out he is after Ava Jerome because she has this thing called a weeping naiad, which apparently is a very priceless statue. How he knew that? I don't know. So she gives him the statue and he leaves with it, and he comes back and he smashes it to bits and says it's not real. Ava seems genuinely surprised by this. This whole story has given me a headache. Like, I can't follow it. I don't know. It is a train wreck, but it's one that I can't look away from because it is so hilarious. When they manage to escape and then the maid, Margaret, like comes after them and she just like zaps Ava with a taser, I was just like, is this really happening? And just Ava's reaction just being like, did that bitch just tase me? And then she comes running in full force with like a, I don't even know what it was, like a fire pick. And the next thing we know, somehow she got tied up in the room and locked in. I actually remember that actress from a show called Popular. It used to be on the WB, and let me tell you, her character was just as ridiculous on there as it was on here. What got me is that this woman was supposed to be a Scotswoman, apparently, and her accent just sounded very Australian. Anyway, Jason and Sam got to the house as well. Nikolas and Ava had already escaped and gone into hiding, but Huxley is willing to work with Jason and Sam because they want similar things. Jason and Sam want Nikolas, Huxley wants Ava. They're probably going to help each other, and it's probably going to be a weird, fun story. I hate it, but it's kind of entertaining. Let's bounce back to Morgan for a second though, because he went to go see Kiki after he got out, and so begins the triangle that is Morgan and Kiki and Dylan. Where do you guys stand? Are you MorKiki fans or are you like Killon fans? Personally, I'm kind of bored with Morgan and Kiki. I can see them being like very Jason and Carly in their future, but not like romantic. I'm like, no. I'm here for Kiki and Dylan. We also got to see Anna get stood up for a blind date. Apparently a pictureless guy named Sawyer has been pursuing her. He sent her flowers at work. Paul keeps sticking his nose into it, which makes me believe that maybe he himself is Sawyer. I don't know, it's just a theory, but it could be right. I don't know, what do you guys think? I like getting to see Anna play a little bit of comedy though. Okay, so the cryptic Dr. Finn has been suspended from the hospital because he is looking very guilty in terms of the hospital killings going on. I think it's pretty obvious to us, the audience, that he's not the one that did it. We know that whatever is wrong with him, it is killing him, and that the protocol that he is doing is supposedly helping him keep himself alive. He found an ally in Hayden who has been helping him out this week. She snuck into his locker, got his stuff. Elizabeth is definitely on to Hayden, working with Finn. We'll have to see how that goes. Speaking of Elizabeth though, we got to see her new house, which is actually not new at all. It is the brownstone that Morgan and Kiki were working on before, you know, Nina pulled Ava's baby out of her womb and kidnapped her. I think that house was literally just a plot point for that story, which is a bummer because I really wanted to see people move into that brownstone. I was excited by the use of history, but they just pulled it away from us. Also, Elizabeth and Franco kissed. Anyway, Dr. Finn notices that there is something wrong with Sabrina's baby and rushes him to the hospital, which could potentially put him in more trouble than he already was for being caught at Tracy's house, dealing with Tracy, and checking in on his patients. I'm hoping that in the next couple of days we get a clue as to who else it could possibly be, since it's pretty obvious at this point that it isn't Finn. Come on, writers, let us audience in on the secret here. We only have so much patience. Last but not least, Alexis got arrested for the murder of Carlos. Obviously she didn't do it. Julian is being a total dick and letting her like go through this. He has zero plans to confess. He wants her to stand trial. Her ride or die lawyer, Diane, is back and helping her out. She got her out on bail, which is cool. Anna is trying her hardest to get Alexis to frickin' put Julian in his place, and I can't tell if she wants to take that road, but she better. On the other end, Julian's guilty conscience is setting in. He is seeing Ghost Carlos everywhere, and Ghost Carlos seems to be trying to convince him to murder Alexis. He actually seems like he's considering it. Judging by promos, it looks like he's sneaking into the house to try to kill her. You know, as much as I'm a fan of William DeVry, I do think his character's time is up. We need an end to this story. And quite honestly, it looks like this storyline is going to take a turn of like kill or be killed between Alexis and Julian. I think that could be hella fun to watch. I know Nancy Lee Grant could pull that storyline off. And I am so down to see it so long as Alexis is the surviving person. Now it is time for my favorite GH Tumblr post of the week. It belongs to the Jerome family, and they wrote, "Did this bitch seriously just taser Ava? Ooh, that's a bad move." I wholeheartedly agree. That happened off screen, but apparently Ava got some shots in with that taser to that woman, so I wish we had seen it. Stop it with the off-screen GH nonsense. This is the stuff we wanna see. Hello? Wake up. But that about wraps it up for my General Hospital MV show this week. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please come back next week if you want to see me rant and rave some more. I will talk to you guys later.